What's up, guys? What's going on? ShinoSeven here, and I'm going to be talking about today on how to properly prep to level up as fast as possible as soon as Shadowbringers drop. So I'm going to do it in two separate ways. I'm going to talk about if you are wanting to start a brand new class, so if it's going to be Dancer or Gunbreaker, like I'm going to do, or if you're going to go with something that is already level 70. You just want to get a little extra edge to go and level up that extra bit faster. So essentially what you want to do, especially if you start a new class, so what you want to do is on Wednesday, the last day possible before the 24-hour maintenance, you want to go and you want to complete 2 dungeons via the duty roulette, and then 2 extra dungeon without the roulette. So that will leave you 1 dungeon away in both cases for the 2 challenge logs that are part of running dungeons and stuff. So as soon as you log in with your character on the day of, like at 5 a.m. if you want to be extra crazy on Friday, like I am, you just go in, you just run 1 dungeon via the duty roulette, and that will complete your entire thing. So essentially, the first challenge log thing is complete 3. So if you complete 2, you're 1 away. The other one is complete 5 dungeon, regardless of roulette or not. In this case, including the 2 you've already done via the roulette and the extra 2 that I just told you to do, you're now at 4 out of 5. So that extra 1 dungeon you run is going to net you those 2 bonuses right off the bat. Now, if you add on top of that, there is another challenge log entry you can take, which is to complete, to give out, to vote for 5 different people. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you vote only for 4 people, and you leave that extra vote for that 1 run you're going to be doing on Friday as soon as the servers go back up. So that right there, after your first dungeon and your first vote in, that gives you right away 3 different challenge logs completion right off the bat with 1 single dungeon. Now, you also want to do, if you want to be a little bit crazier, you can do 9 Guildhests out of 10. So that way, when you do go in, you can do your 1 dungeon, and you can do an extra Guildhest, and that will complete you another of the challenge log for the experience bonus. You also want to make sure that you complete 4 Levequests with different leaf plates, and then you want to complete 15 Levequests additional to those 4. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have 1 of 4 different type, and then you make sure that your 15 additional Levequests are all within those types, so that you don't go over the 4 maximum with different leaf plates. Then when the servers go back up, you go in, you do 1 single Levequest with an extra level plate that you've not completed before, and bam, you just got yourself 2 extra challenge logs completion right there with more XP. And then you can also make sure that you pick up all your daily hunts. So there are various hunts that you can pick up. You can pick up the ones from Evansward. You can pick up the ones from Stormblood. You make sure that you pick up those 2. And what you do is you want to kill every monster on those hunts except but 1. So let's say it asks you to kill 3, you kill only 2, and you wait for that last day, like on Friday when you log back in, you switch on that specific class that you're leveling up, and then you complete that 1 last monster to kill per hunt. And then once you log back in, once you've completed those daily hunts, you can pick up more hunts on that same day. You can pick up the extra, an extra 3 hunts per expansion. So 3 more hunts for Heavensward, 3 more hunts for Stormblood. So you can do that's a total of 6 hunts per expansion area that you can complete in 1 single day. To get the extra bonus XP from that. And so you also want to make sure, especially if you're me and you're switching, you're also switching your race, and I'm going to be going Viera, as you guys can see. You want to make sure that you, if you are planning to change, you need to drink your Fantasia ahead of time. That's something that I would personally do if I were you, just to avoid any kind of issues on the day, especially if there's a queue logging in. You don't want to wait on the queue twice. You don't want to log in, drink your pot, get back out. So on Wednesday, before you log out, you make sure you drink your potion, you remove all of your gear except for your weapon, because you can't remove your weapon anyway, and then you you log out, and then when the servers go back in, you can go right in, and then you can switch, you can race change. If you want to go that extra fast, you can do like I did. You can open up, this is the benchmark for the expansion, so you can just open up the benchmark, and you can create your character ahead of time, and then you can save the design so that when you go in, you can just load up from that save data from the benchmark, and then your character is already created, so you go that extra little bit, you know, of speed there to level up faster. You want to make sure that you want to take the correct strategy when you want to level up. So there are multiple ways to do this. Obviously, you could be spamming fates, you could be doing a whole bunch of different things, but if you are leveling a character from 60 to 70, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you do the correct thing for your role. Now, if you are playing on your own and you are a DPS or even maybe a healer, you want to go into Heaven on High and you want to run the floor level 21 to 30. This is the easiest one and the fastest one to do, and you want to run that one non-stop until you reach level 70. So what you do is you do what I said to do with the challenge log at the top of this video, and then what you do is that should give you your level 61, which will allow you entry into Heaven on High. Then you do Heaven on High floor 21 to 30, and that will give you all the XP you need, and you just spam that non-stop until you reach level 70. That allows you to go into the expansion. Now, if you are accompanied by a tank, if it just so happens that you have a party going, or if you are a tank yourself and you're just leveling solo, it is in fact faster to run dungeons. So what you want to do is you want to do what I said with the challenge log that will give you that first level that will allow you to go into the Stormblood expansion dungeons, and then you want to make sure that you have these following things. So you need to have your rested XP, so that's a 50% bonus XP right off the bat. So you want to make sure that that is like good to go, and you have quite a few XP stored that is rested. On top of that, what you want to do is you want to be in an FC that has the buff of XP rank 3. Now, if you have that one, then it allows you to get an extra 30% of XP on top of your 50% that you already have. Now, you can also, if you don't have an FC, or if your FC can't get the 30% bonus for whatever reason, you can also get the company XP boost manuals that you can get from your Grand Company. These will net you that if you take the maximum number of it, I don't remember exactly which rank, but like the very last manual you can possibly get gives you that 30%. Unfortunately, they don't stack with the FC buff. That's what I'm saying. If you have an FC, you're good to go. If you don't have an FC with that specific buff, you can go and take those manuals. So like I said, that's 30% on top of your 50 rested. And then if you have pre-ordered the expansion, you will most likely have the Aetheryte earrings. Now, the Aetheryte earrings will give you another 30% on top of it, and then you also want to grab some food, and you want to make sure that you're always well fed to have that extra little 3% on top of everything else. So so that when you're leveling up, you're doing all that stuff and you're good to go. Now, the only thing I would add on top of all of that, if you want to level up a class that you already have level 70, you can still do what I said at the top of the video, but what I would do also is I would make sure that I pick up every single quest that I can that is a quest from the Beast Tribes of Stormblood. That way you have a set of quests that you can complete the day of, and then you can pick up an extra set of quests right away, right after you're done with these for your daily, so that gives you that extra bonus. You cannot do that with Gunbreaker or Dancer, unfortunately, because when you pick them up, they are bound to your class. So it won't be possible for you to swap class and complete them on a different class. You won't be able to do that. When you pick the quest, it specifically says class dot whatever it is you used to pick it up. So so keep that in mind. Also I did some research, and essentially the cheapest food that I could possibly find was the one from the vendor in Lower Lim Salaminsa called Angerand. He is selling mineral water for that 3% XP boost at 4 gil each. So that's pretty freaking cheap. Obviously, you can probably find some cheaper food elsewhere, but you don't really need the bonus in stats. It won't impact you that much. I don't feel personally. I think you're better off saving your money and then just, you know, investing when you are level 70 and then going up. So if you're going from 60 to 70, just keep your starter gear. You're going to level up anyway in the dungeons, and then make sure that you have your you know, that bonus XP. Now what you can do in the meantime though, before the expansion hits, what you can do before also prepping for all the challenge log on Wednesday, you can also make sure to get as many tombstones as you possibly can. You can do like I'm doing, which I'm buying all the gear that I can for my tank, so that as soon as the or you know, gathering all the gear that I can, either from doing Orbone Monastery or doing the Omega stuff, or maybe even just like gathering Mendacity tomes or Genesis tomes, and then getting those and getting the gear that goes with it, so that when I reach level 70, my character won't be buck naked with the very base gear. I'm gonna have a little bit of a leg up, and I'm gonna be able to complete, like, start doing quests that a little bit faster. You can also start running. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm running Heaven on High, and I'm gathering enough weapon grips so that as soon as I can, as I reach level you know, 70, I'm going to be able to put that weapon, the Heaven on High weapon, on my Gunbreaker, and that way I'll have that, again, that extra little bonus there. So so there's all these things that you can do to get you prepped for the expansion. I hope this was a little bit helpful. This is my personal way of doing it. Obviously there are probably other ways, but in my opinion, this is the fastest way to go about it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the expansion. I will be posting more videos like this one on the channel from time to time, so keep an eye on that. I will have a post, another video soon about the pronunciations of some of the skills that are in game. I feel like some of the skills that are in game that are French words are never pronounced correctly, and I just want to give you guys the actual pronunciation for all of those. So keep an eye on that. That's going to be posted very soon. And other than that, like I said, enjoy the expansion, have fun, consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps. And yeah, jump on Twitch from time to time and see me play live on twitch.tv/ShinoSeven. The link is going to be in the description box below. And yeah, love your faces. Bye bye, guys.